Hello guys. I hope you are having a phenomenal day. I wanted to create this video so you guys can understand a couple of things that one hinder people from getting funding, and then also as well how to maximize your funding opportunities. And at the end here, we're going to give you guys the opportunity to partner with us to help you get anywhere from 50,000 to $250,000 for your business. Okay, so my style is pretty pretty cut and dry, straight to the point. You're obviously taking out some time because, you're in a position right now where you want your business to grow. You want your personal credit maybe to grow, or maybe you want some personal lines of credit as well as the business. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's talk about the four reasons why people don't get approved. So the very first thing that we want to talk about is open collections. Okay, open collections. Okay. Now, open collections are basically accounts that are reflecting on your credit report. That's debt that you have outstanding and that's recent. Okay. So if you have an open collection, this means that this account is now not current. It's moved to a collection agency, and now they are, now they're basically hunting you down, or trying to harass you to get you to pay these funds. Okay. So in the little description here, so on the underwriting side, they would basically just see that, hey, that the applicant has not made payments on debt that has been outstanding, and this is recent. This is one of the number one reasons why people do not get funding, is because they have open collections either that they don't know about, or they try to apply for things with those open collections. And also as well, your payment history, or just even showing that you are making payments before it goes to collections, is a huge thing. Guys, there's ways to avoid accounts going to collections. One of the biggest things that I don't see people doing is communicating. If you're going through hard times, tell them that you need 3 months, tell them that you need 6 months, whatever it is. But when you don't communicate with these lenders that have, given you, $10,000 for a car, $30,000 for a car, or your Macy's credit cards, or whatever, guys, they have no choice but to take that account, in a collection status, right? There's forgiveness letters that you can do. I mean, there's good faith letters that you can do. Like, there's so many things you can do to avoid going to collections, but you have to communicate. Okay. All right. Number two, charge offs. You guys are, definitely familiar with this. Is something that, a lot of credit gurus and experts and stuff talks about. But on the underwriting side, they basically see that the applicant has an outstanding debt where no payments were made at all, and the debt was written off. Okay. If the applicant has an outstanding debt based on not making payment, they may not make payments on the loan if they qualify for funding. Okay, that's simple, right? If you have a account that you didn't make any payments on, but you got approved, why would the lender go and approve you? Because they can give you a loan, and if you qualify, you could not make payments on it. Now you, one, wasted everybody's time, but now you've hurt that business or financial institution. Okay, very simple. I don't have to go into that, really in depth. It's just all about trust. Okay. Now, minimum credit score or minimum credit history. Okay. Your credit score needs to be at least a 620 across the board. Across the board. Okay. Now, with that being said, that doesn't mean that, you have to have, a mortgage paid off, and, big accounts, and, oh, in order for me to get approved for 50,000, I already got to have $50,000 dollars worth of credit history on my credit that's paid off. That's not what that means, guys, right? But we need you at least at a 620. And if you're not at 620, get with me ASAP so we can help you, not only boost your credit, but help you build your credit as well. Maybe remove a couple items from your credit, whether it be student loans, charge offs, collections, or delinquencies. Okay. Now, If the applicant does not have good enough credit history, it will show on your credit profile, and then it affects their judgment on on you making the overall payments on whatever amount of funding that you're looking for. Okay. All right. Number 4, high credit utilization. Um, One thing that I see in the world today is that people like to over leverage themselves, right? They're like, oh well, I'll just put all these things on this $10,000 credit card. Credit card gets maxed out, then they go try to apply for another one, then another one, then another one, then another one, and what they're doing is you're practicing bad financial habits, right? That's financial immaturity, right? Why in the world, if you have a credit card that's maxed out or at 50% that you can't pay off, why would you then go and get more funding and put yourself in even a deeper hole? And the majority of the times, these are individuals that are not good with money in the first place. Okay. Now, with that being said, if you have a utilization higher than 50%, it's over with. There's nothing that we can do for you. I wouldn't even recommend that you put in an application. There's some people that have a stellar credit score, right? Your credit score is at 700, but your utilization is at 55%. You're not going to get approved for anything, right? Like that's just not how it works. Like you have to have that utilization down. I would say at least below 25%. Below 25% is the sweet spot. Okay. And how it looks to the lenders, right, is that the applicant has used too much of their credit, making it likely for them to default or miss payments on that line of credit or that debt. Okay. Now, moving forward, here's a couple other reasons why some of you guys, maybe getting declined. And we're just gonna break this down, pretty smooth and simple. I hope you guys have been following along. But let's get down into like the income, okay? Client gets declined because they do not meet the W-2 3-month employment requirements. Okay, this is super simple, guys. Why in the world are you trying to get lines of credit when you don't have a stable job? Why are you trying to get lines of credit if you don't have a stable business? Why are you trying to get lines of credit when you don't even file your taxes for your business or for yourself? Like you like where like I always ask people like where's your head at? And what I did notice is that sometimes people just don't know. They don't know what they don't know. They don't know that, hey, in order for me to play in this, financial monopoly game, I need to make sure that I'm filing my taxes and filing my financials properly. But I'm here to tell you guys today, if you do not do that, this is public information. This is data that's attached to your social. And if you have not ever filed anything ever, it's going to be very difficult for you to get funding. Okay. So all right, let's continue on. Okay. Client does not meet the minimum 2-year requirement for self-employment. Okay. So you need to have at least 2 years of tax returns, or taxes filed, excuse me, if you are going to use your self-employment, say that you're an entrepreneur, and go get lines of credit with financial institutions. Now, that doesn't mean that, we can't leverage, your personal credit or anything like that. But these larger banks, and even sometimes these boutique banks, they want to see financial proof that you are like actually are making money. They want to see financial proof that you are even financially sound to file your taxes. That says so much about a person's character and where they're at business wise by them simply filing their taxes. I had a client. Credit was great, everything was fine. Bank statements, they had those and everything, but they didn't have they didn't have their taxes filed, so they looked immature to businesses, institutions, business funding institutions. They look childish to, these credit unions and stuff. Because it's like, hey, if you are an individual that is calling yourself a professional, why do you not have your taxes filed? Why do you not meet the 2-year self-employment requirement? Within your first year to year and a half, 9 times out of 10, if you're self-employed, you're not really making any money. So why would you go and try to apply for some credit? Oh, I'm gonna just use this $30,000 credit card and I'm gonna invest it all into my business and never look back. Guys, I've seen that story 1,000 times. Don't get caught in that trap. That's not how it works. 9 times out of 10, you're not having success is because your failure to execute and you procrastinating, not your lines of credit and how much money you have. Okay. Moving on. Client does not meet the requirement of at least 35K a year annually. That's pretty simple. And then the obvious one is, clients don't meet credit minimum requirements. Okay. Now, I said these two like back to back because they kind of go with each other, right? Like if you don't meet the requirements income wise, you're not going to meet the requirements credit wise 9 times out of 10. Okay. So if you can't even make $30,000 a year, right? Like right now, you do not need to be even touching or looking at getting any kind of funding at all. We need to get you making money. We need you to get a stable job. We need you, if you're self-employed, to sell a higher ticket product. Okay. Now, with that being said, these are a couple things that I've noticed just doing this for many, many years. And these are things that people are not paying attention to when they go to apply for lines of credit for their business or their personal. And these are the reasons why people are getting denied. So if you guys need help, if you guys need a resource, a team, an individual like myself, I'm willing to do something special for you. If you made it to the end of this video, end of this training, I want to go ahead and bless you guys with a scholarship, right? We're going to give you guys a scholarship where we are going to give you guys an 80% scholarship for our services. That means 80% off. We'll cover it. You guys cover the 20%. You guys cover 20% of what it takes. This is really an investment into yourself. This is really you taking a chance not only on yourself, but making a commitment. If you can commit 20% of what it takes to get yourself anywhere from 35, 50, 100, 200,000, $250,000 for your business, go ahead and get with myself or get with someone from my team right now. Guys, we only want to work with executors. Please do not waste my time watching this video and then coming back and just, and just BSing around. Right? That mindset does not work here. Okay. So if you guys want to be a Toyota, fine, stay in the Toyota lane. If you guys want to be, the Rolls Royce of funding, the Rolls Royce of credit and finance, if you guys want to partner with other individuals that are the Rolls Royces of these financial hacks and approvals and financial literacy, guys, shoot me a message right now. All right, guys. I'm only wanting to work with the executors, and I believe if you made it to the end of this video, that's you. So go ahead and make the best decision of your life and shoot me a message. God bless. I cannot wait to see your approvals coming through.